Hello everybody, let's have a little look at Bitcoin. We'll just focus on Bitcoin on this one video. So let's have a little recap of where we've been, where we're going. So we've had this descending trend we've had all the way since June. Been rejected 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 5, and then back down underneath it just recently now. A very, very strong descending trend. We were supported above it actually after this big green ridiculous candle, which should I mention was closed beneath the descending trend. We did break way above it, we closed beneath it. All these little candles were people getting too excited, throwing their money into it, hoping that we were going to continue with this move up. But to me, the fact that we closed beneath the descending trend was a big telltale sign that we're going to have continuation of our move down. And if you watch my videos, you know, you'll be quite familiar with me saying that we were going to be making our way down to around about 6,800 to 6,600 before we found a bounce and maybe a reversal. But unfortunately, you know, I was hoping that would have happened before, before something like this silly move came about. One thing, and again, I'm sorry to those who watch my videos frequently, but I always go on about this, but we had this Ichimoku cloud cross here, which is definitely a bearish sign. It doesn't mean that we're going to be going down, you know, by X amount or whatever. What it means is we're going to have a continuation of a move down, as we had one over here telling us that we're going to have a continuation of the move down. But we can also have the inverse of that. So we had one here, which meant we're going to have a continuation of the move up, which is what we had. So we had one here, which means we're going to have a continuation of the move down. The price action was around about this level here, around about 8,000. And yeah, we're continuing now. I don't believe that it'll be as dramatic as this one, bring us all the way down here, but I do think that we're going to be continuing a little bit further. Like I say, my overall goal at the time was 6,600, although, you know, we have bounced so far on 6,800. You know, I get a lot of heat on making videos like this, you know, because people, you know, and I completely understand, you know, people have invested a lot of money in Bitcoin and they don't like people telling them that it's going down to 6,000. And I've been saying this roughly since we broke this level here, which is around 11,200. That's when I got very concerned that we were going to be going down, and I've been pretty much bearish all the way. Even after this move here, I was pretty bearish. The only way I'd be bullish is if we made our way back up to this level here of 11,200 with the candle body close. That's the only way I'll have turned my opinion round to be effectively bullish again. But again, you know, by being bearish, I don't expect us to come back down to these levels. That's not on the cards for me. That's not what I expect. The way I see it now, and unfortunately we do have this death cross incoming, and it looks like it's going to take place over the next few days, unless of course we make a big move and get ourselves back above the 200 exponential moving average, which is essentially going to be around 8,500. So we have to break up all the way up here and stay above 8,500 too, and we'd have to do that very fast in the next 2 or 3 days really at the latest. Really, we want to be doing it immediately. We need to stay above that level to avoid this death cross. We did it before, but again, you know, that was a strange move, and we closed beneath this descending trend, which to me was, you know, that's all I needed to hear really. And then you don't need to be a genius to see which direction this is going, and yeah, and it definitely went down that way. Pretty much hitting the targets that I've had all along. So what am I doing personally right now? I've closed my shorts. I'm completely neutral at the moment. It's not that I'm skeptical that this golden cross will be avoided, but I have to bear in mind what happened last time. So I'm not placing any positions just in case. I'll wait till the golden cross is actually in play and has formed, and then maybe I'll short it down. And my target at that point would probably be around, just for safety purposes, it'll be a flat 6,000. Although I would expect continuation down to maybe even 5,000, and I know that sounds completely crazy. We're talking about the events taking place after a death cross at the moment. I'm not saying this is definitely going to happen, but if the death cross happens, yeah, we will be looking at a value of a Bitcoin around possibly as low as 5,000, or just below, so maybe around 4,900, be just below that. That would be the absolute bottom end for me, and then it would definitely look at perhaps maybe reversing. We wouldn't be having a big bounce off that though. what I think what we'd be seeing would be similar to the way that it behaved when it bottomed out at this level. We would be seeing sort of essentially, I suppose, a relatively good bounce to start with, but then trailing along, dredging along, and waiting for all these oscillators and moving averages to reset, and then once they've reset, then yeah, we can start going bullish again. Anyway, that's all I have to say on this one. I'm going to leave it with you there. I hope this has been interesting for you, and like I say, I am neutral on this, and those are my targets in the event of the death cross. And I hope you have a nice evening, and take it easy.